Good evening. Welcome to C&T Collectibles, MC.
I am T.
And tonight we're going to go over our top 5 first basemen for the 2021 season. The statistics come from Fangraphs, and for better or worse, the analysis is our own. And what we promise you is at the end of the season, the top 5 guys probably aren't going to resemble the top 5 on our list tonight, but we will do our best, and we're going to try and have some fun in the process. With that said, we will get started with number 5.
That is Pete Alonso. Starting us off is Pete Alonso. Many people thought the polar bear was hibernating in 2020, but a quick look under the hood showed that after his slow start, he was largely the same player he was in his Rookie of the Year season. His walk and strikeout rates remained consistent, but his average dropped from 260 to 231. This was largely BABIP related, as that metric fell from the 280s to 242. A drop in hard hit balls from 42% to 31% likely contributed to more batted balls finding gloves than grass, but look for his luck to improve as the self-contact remains in the 15% area. His home run to fly ball percentage regressed a sustainable 25% from 2019's 30% clip, so a home run total in the mid to high 40s is still on the table. With an improved batting average combined with the 80 grade power, Pete Alonso could make his way back into the top tier of first base.
All right. The reigning AL MVP comes in at number 4. After an amazing 2020 in which he hit 317, 19, and 60, has this 34-year-old dog learned new tricks? Abreu's always been able to carry an elevated BABIP, but his 350 mark is right around the high from his rookie year, in which he also batted 317. But it regressed then, and regression now should bring that mark down and see his batting average fall along with it. A 166 weighted runs created plus is also the highest since his first year. Basically, Abreu repeated his excellent rookie season with a strikeout rate north of 20% and with a home run to fly ball ratio above 30%. It's tough to mark down an insane 2 months for a repeat performance over a full season.
In the spirit of swinging for the fences, it's time for Vladito to stake his calm at number 3. Claim. It also doesn't hurt that first base isn't necessarily deep. This isn't about Vlad Jr. losing 30 pounds, but rather all about an elite approach at the plate. Put aside his results, which haven't been eye-popping, but look at his K rate of the 15% and walk rate of nearly 10%, which is reserved for elite bats, and a level he's maintained all through the minors. In 112 rated runs created says the hitting skills are above average, and a 200 ISO confirms power is legit. The missing piece of the puzzle is putting the ball in the air consistently. A ground ball percentage hovering around 50, along with a fly ball percentage rate below 30%, is what could hold Vlad back from the power you'd like to see at first base. Should he put a few more balls in the air, he'll make this number 3 spot look right on.
The top 2 at first base is reasonably clear, while the next tier of players is fairly deep. You could honestly have any of about 8 players sneak into the top 5 and make a good argument. Anthony Rizzo is about as consistent as you can get. If you want 285, 90, and 30, he'll get you 285, 90, and 30. If you want 300, 110, 35, he'll get you 285, 90, and 30. 2020 was a wreck, and I'm more likely to believe his track record. He's actually number 3 in all of our rankings, but doing this long enough, I'm used to seeing in the top 3 in projections, but rarely finishing in the top 5. Usually there are several players that are wildly outperforming their projections with metrics that are unrepeatable over multiple seasons. The challenge is picking which players sneak past Rizzo to take his spot. If everybody does what they're supposed to do, Rizzo finishes as a top 5 player at the position. Luke Voigt led the majors in dingers last year, and since 2018 has been a league leader in home runs per plate appearance. So there's no doubting that his power is legit. With a 333 ISO and a 35% home run to fly ball rate, paving the way for home run domination in 2020, his 65 home run pace might have to cool down just a bit this season. A regression to 265, 90, 35 is still pretty fantastic, but a walk rate in the single digits combined with a K rate in the mid-20s could make things choppy at times. And Matt Olsen had a case of Alonso-itis in 2020 as the BABIP gods did not look favorably on him. Granted, he has a lot of swing and miss in his game, but his sub-200 average is screaming for positive regression. The home run to fly ball rate was at a sustainable 25%, and he continued to hit the ball as hard and as consistently as anyone in the game. Look for the BABIP to rise from his 227 level, raising the average a bit, but that's not why we like Matt Olsen. Even with the lousy average, he was on a 40 home run pace. So with just a little improved luck from a smaller sample size, 240, 140 will play in the top 5.
And number 2 is the Nlmvp Freddie Freeman. He's been so good for so long, but the last couple of years he's added power to his game. After hitting over 30 home runs in just one season since his debut in 2020, 2019, and 2020, saw a spike in power and without sacrificing average. His 341 mark in 2020 was a career high and likely fueled by a 366 BABIP, but his walk rate increased, K percentage declined, and it's traded some grounders back towards the 300 area.
He's traded some grounders for line drives.
Oh.
Yeah.
That he's knocking out of the park at a 20% clip. So what if the average dips back towards the 300 area, even that regression? Everything else looks to be in place, and Freddy will remain a top pick at the position.
All right, and wrap it up with number 1, and that is world champion Cody Ballinger. He played a third of his games at the corner last year, so he not only makes our list, but he sits atop it. Simply, every other year he's a beast. 2017 he was the Rookie of the Year. 2019 he was the MVP. 2020 maybe he'll be governor. A 239 batting average in 2020 was hurt by a 245 BABIP, but the K rate and walk rate were in line with his elite 2019 season. A 114 weighted runs created was above average even in a perceived down year. The ground ball rate climbed to the 2017 and 28 levels, while the hard hit rate dropped to a similar time frame where he had quote-unquote bad years. Basically, 2019 was an incredible season where everything went right, and he was able to pass Anthony Rizzo and screamed regression. With that, we got that, but maybe it went a little bit too far. Look for the BABIP and therefore his average to rise, homer to fly ball rate to get back north of 20, and the Dodgers' offense to juice the runs and ribbies. So.
And at that part where it says he not only makes their list, but he sits atop it. Simply every other year he's a beast. 2017 was...
Are you repeating what I just said?
Was the Roy. 2019... Well, basically, he was the MVP, but it said 2021, not 2020.
Oh, did I mess that up?
Yeah.
Well, it happens. I'm not perfect. The spoiler alert. My secret's out.
We did have to try this again like 4 times.
Well, you know what? Absolutely. We're not pros by any stretch. We're just having some fun with it. So, anyways, what do you think of the top 5?
I think if you added Matt Olsen in there, it would actually be a top 5.
Well, that's why I added him, because I think he could be in there. So if he all of a sudden, if he puts together what he did in 2017, if he hits like 260 and hits 40 home runs,
but I think
he's
you're
right there.
I think you're right with Bellinger, though.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's a tough call. Pretty much everybody has him there. So he's a beast, and he's as he gets a little bit older, he'll be more consistent. So
if Sano has a good year, he might make it to the top 5.
Yeah, but he's going to hit about 230 with a ton of strikeouts. So what you're looking for in a lot of these guys...
He hits a lot of bombers, though, sometimes.
He does hit a lot of bombs, but so do a lot of first basemen. But you want to see his home run power. But in addition to that, you'd really like to see these guys with a good approach at the plate where you have that strikeout rate under 20%, a walk rate above 10%. I mean, that's kind of what you see out of the elite hitters like Soto and stuff like that. I mean, he walks more than he strikes out. So those are guys that will avoid slumps, and they can have a consistent season. So
true.
Yeah, all right. So, you good with that?
Yep.
Terrific. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the night.
Bye.